I've been most of my life a leadership coach. And one of the things that I notice in all of these discussions, there seems to be a lack of a leadership lens. Most everything you do is political, and I understand that, and that's what you do best. And I'll say this, the three of you are best in the business. I give you high marks on I've been watching the show about 6 months. But to understand what's happening, I think, and this is just my 2 cents, to understand what's happening with the Democrat Party and with Trump, you need to take a leadership lens. Back in 60s, 1960s, about 62, a book came out that was written by one of Jack Kennedy's group. And it was on leadership. I think that was the title of the book. And there was a warning put in there that if the Democrat Party doesn't change the march toward uniformity instead of unity, they would lose their leadership base. And that march has gone on. And I think what you see now, the reason they're floundering so much, trying to find a leader to break them out, they have taken a Japanese approach of if the nail sticks up, pound it down. And they want everybody to speak the same, talk the same. It's comical to watch the newscasts all use the same verbiage, language. I don't know who sends out the memo, but it's one of those things. And I'd just like to hear your input on this. The great William Randolph Hearst, when he was invited to a dinner party, he said this. They asked him, where would you like to sit? Would you like to sit at the head of the table? And his response was, and I think you all may know the answer to this, but wherever I sit is the head of the table. And that's a leadership perspective. There are only 3% of this country that are true leaders. If you've been in leadership at all at any time, only 3% of this country makes up the leadership base. And if you don't cultivate new leaders continually and not worry about them being uniform, if you don't cultivate the leaders, they will go elsewhere. Um, Trump is what you call a super leader. And I hear Dan talk about putting points on the board. He doesn't care about putting points on the board. He leads, polls follow. He really doesn't care what he's the goal. That's all a leader has in mind is the goal. It's damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. He raises tariffs on everybody. Everybody goes, oh, he's going to kill himself. This is the worst thing. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
All right, wait,
Leaders
wait, Glenn.
pursue the goal. Okay,
I'd love.
sorry.
We're just that's okay. We're just getting a short time. I want Sean and then Dan
Yeah.
to comment on what you said. So thank you for that, Sean.
I'll just keep it. But I'm fascinated with leadership. I've dealt with it 20, so almost 27 years in the military, and then obviously in politics and whatever. I think it's a great subject. I'm glad you brought it up. It's something that you could do a whole show on, just because how
Hmm.
people run a meeting, how they lead, how they listen
Right.
to others and ingest information is something I'm always fascinated by because in the military, it's a rank structure, right? So you get a
Right.
leader regardless of whether you want it or not. Sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're bad. And the qualities that make a good leader versus somebody who just became a leader are very different. And so it's a great subject you're bringing up. I wish we had more time to discuss it.
Dan.
I totally agree with Sean. I'll, respectfully, I think I see Trump a little bit differently, but I hear what you're saying. I think one of Trump's leadership strengths is he persists. He fights. He does not give up, and he is relentless in his pursuit of the goal, right? Even when it is like trying to bend reality to what I would say are facts to kind of say are not facts type of thing. I give him credit. He is just relentless. And I think there's an admiration from some people who vote for him that he fights and he doesn't stop. I agree. Leadership is the ball game. You can tell a good leader from those who are not.
Yes.
Wink, thank you for coming on. Very grateful to you.
Hey, did you like that conversation? Well, you can be part of the Two-Way community. Join us live for interactive conversations like no other. Go to twoway.tv. You can also watch anytime. Hit the subscribe button, and watch our two-way clips and full episodes whenever your time allows.